I've been playing Minecraft for a really long time, almost 14 years, and during most of that time, my builds were absolutely terrible. So I'm gonna go through and fix 5 of the earliest Minecraft builds that I could find. We're gonna start simple and then get to more complicated builds, so let's jump right into it, starting with this house I built in 2016. Alright, so here's the first house. I have no idea how I'm supposed to fix this. I don't have an exact date of when this is built, just some point in 2016, because I think it was built 1.10. This is absolutely terrible though. I don't know how I'm gonna even try to fix this. First thing immediately is like, we could offset the door, then we can have a window here, which I think will just kind of look better. I think the hard part about this build will be keeping the actual spirit of it while fixing it, because it's just so fundamentally flawed in every way. It's just so terrible. Let's start with the walls though. I think what we'll do is we'll get like a gradient with like some moss in it instead of just cobblestone. Something like this, I think, is how I'll texture it. Let's get rid of the windows for now. Let's just pretend these aren't here, because these look terrible as well. Probably something like that. This type of thing that I don't think will ever look perfect, so you just gotta kind of call it at a point, move on. I think I'm gonna carry the stone all the way up here, it just makes sense. Obviously. Something like that, I guess. That's not terrible. I like that, I think I like it. I don't think that's bad, I think that's the wall is kind of textured here. Oh, I forgot this part, oh my god. Alright, now I think that's the wall is textured. That helps a lot immediately. Obviously, it still looks terrible. The roof is a huge problem. I think we'll add a bit more overhang to it, basically on every side. Also, I don't think I'm gonna be using this. I think we get the same feel without actually using jungle. I mean, we could still maybe mix it in, but I think we gotta try a different block out here. I'm gonna keep the same color scheme, but yeah, I think maybe granite and copper might look better. But I'm thinking like kind of a rusted like tin roof sort of thing. We'll see, 1 second. Let's get the shape in again. Yeah, I think something like that. And then we can, yeah, I think that'll probably actually look the best. Have some kind of like support going through there. Do it here too. I might hate this and I might not, we'll see. Alright, I think that's the roof texturing. I think it's gonna be like you either love it or you hate it sort of deal, but I like it personally, so we're gonna call that for the roof for this one. Now we just gotta get windows in, some maybe flower pots and stuff on the outside, and then maybe we're about done. I'm trying to keep as much of the original like spirit of the build as possible. So like block palette, shape-ish, you know, it's not like super like, I'll change it a bit. This one has a bit of an uninspired shape, but I think if I changed it, it would kind of make it too different. So I'm trying to keep it, segment these walls a bit, just kind of make them easier to detail. But all right, let's get a few different things out. Let's figure out where I want the windows to go and a couple things to detail the windows. I will put a flower pot here. It's gonna be flowers in. I don't plan on doing interiors, by the way, so I think we're about done here. I'm not sure what else to really do to this. I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do much to it to fix it, but I think just the texturing and like very slight block palette sort of changes help a lot. Less cobblestone, less jungle. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we got the second house that we're fixing. I'd say interesting, but it's really just not interesting. It's kind of just boring and like uninspired, honestly. I don't know what else to really say about it. The shape is very bland. It's just a simple rectangle, but I'm not really gonna be changing that because I want to try to keep it pretty similar. But I'm not really sure what to like immediately fix on this one. I don't like these things with the doors. I'll say that. I don't really like those. Maybe we'll see if we can make a better one. I think dark oak doors look better here. Also like just put them in a bit. Offset it again, put a window. Kind of just a very easy trick. Unless maybe you hate it, who knows? That's fair too. I realize I'm editing the wrong one. I'm meant to do that. Whatever, who cares? Okay, we'll just who cares? Move this in a block because it looks weird if you have it like inset down there and then here is like flush. It just looks really, really bad, honestly. So something like that. I'm gonna carry this. I don't like these window details like at all. They look pretty bad. I'll try to like incorporate something similar, I think, but I'm not a fan. I think another thing I can do is mix up the coarse texture a bit. I think I'll just do a world art real quick and we'll see what it looks like. I like that personally. Maybe you don't. I like just kind of breaking up the smoothness a bit because it was too smooth to me, at least. I think I should have a porch here instead of whatever's going on here because the stairs going right into the door looks very weird to me. If I had to guess, I'd assume this is from like 2017, 2018. I don't have an exact date, which is kind of sad. Maybe not, maybe 2019 at latest. I don't really like this palette either, but I'm kind of forced to use it, you know? Get a path in, I guess. Okay, it's coming along, I think. I mean, not really, it just kind of doesn't look any better yet. I just don't like dark oak that much, honestly. I kind of want to move this door over. Maybe even just like a single door. Then we could have a bigger window here. I think that might look better. Maybe not, who knows? I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up and build. All right, we're getting there. It still doesn't look much better than the original one, if anything at all. It's kind of a bit cleaner. I like the front part though. Let's detail a bit more. All right, we're getting there. Let's get some trapdoors around here too, I think. Just kind of makes it look more like structural. I don't know. I like the way it looks. All right, now I think it's starting to finally like look decent. I want to try to get these like window archways back in though, because I feel like that's like a key part of like the identity of this house. You know what I mean? But I want to try to make them look good. And the problem with that is like, the only way I personally know how to make these sort of things are with like campfires and spruce wood. But with dark oak, obviously you can't use campfires because it just doesn't match. So I gotta try to make them look good some other way. That looks terrible. I like that, I think. Kind of like rustic, sort of. I like that. I think I like that. There's too many lanterns going on here. Put a couple back at the end, but for now, let's get rid of most of them. Because, wow, there's way too many. Okay, let's see if we can do something here. That's not terrible. I don't think I hate that. I don't think we're getting one in there that'll fit. But I don't think that's bad. Try to get something back here, too. Whatever. I think that looks worse, personally. But who cares, you know? Who cares? All right, I'm done. I'm done. Leave me alone, please. All right, let's get some plants back in and we'll see where we're at. I think it's kind of the idea. All right, I think I do like it a lot better already. I'm gonna get this weird window arch thing back in on this side, and I'm probably gonna call it a couple lanterns maybe, and then I'll call it. All right, that one actually isn't bad. I like that one. If only the rest of them were that, you know, easy. All right, I think I'm gonna call it that. I got these backwards as you could probably tell, but you know, this is the new one. That's the old one. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I didn't think I was really fixing much, but I think it looks way better. But yeah, let's go to the third build, which is kind of a bit of an interesting one. All right, this is the third house here. This absolute classic. I think I built this probably in like 2016. I think after watching like a xRuyken roof video. I actually don't hate it. Okay, that's a little bit of a lie. I think the worst part is actually the bottom of this house. I don't know what is even going on there. I just couldn't decide what direction to place the stairs, I guess. Obviously, this sucks, but this before there was like lanterns and stuff. Everything about this is kind of garbage, to be real. I think what I'm going to do is just completely gut the roof. I think that's kind of the plan here. There's a bit of an interior, but you know. Yeah, you're not... Oh, look at this fridge. Come on, I was kind of my bag. Wait a minute. Nah. Wait, there's also a whole farm area in the back, which I do plan on slightly fixing a bit. Nothing too crazy, I don't know. It's meant to be mainly focused on the house, all right, not the landscape exactly. But yeah, without the roof, I think it's a little easier to just kind of look at here. I'm gonna extend these logs around a bit. Again, trying to keep the original block palette, so we'll go for cobblestone here. I think the shape of this is a bit weird too. It goes up by 2, and then it goes up by 1, and then it goes up by 2 again. When normally I do it a bit more gradual. Something like that, which is like just a more gradual and more like visually appealing shape, but it still is like pretty tall. Who knows? Maybe you hate that shape, you know? Who am I to tell you that? It's kind of a really tall roof for just like a rectangle, but yeah, I'm trying to keep the shape. So now I want to go for this kind of like arch thing, which I think is a cool idea. Just the execution isn't great. This just kind of goes up, and then if it goes flat and then goes down. But in reality, it should kind of have like a semicircle sort of shape on it, I guess. We'll see if we can get that in. I mean, something like that already looks a lot better. I think I like that sort of shape. Which kind of makes this not work. Actually, this might lead for some like interesting ways to use this wood here. I feel like we make like the support beams seem almost kind of curved. Let's see how that looks. Something like that, honestly. I think I like that. It's like similar to this, but not terrible. I'm just gonna world edit, copy that to the other side. All right, I like that. I think maybe we should add a bit of a curve to the front too, just to kind of carry the like theme. I think it would look weird if it didn't curve on all sides of it. I just think this house has a lot of potential to have a lot of character, so we'll see what we do here. Honestly, just something like that. I think I like that. We'll see what it looks like once we get everything filled in. Let's fill these walls in real quick, and then we'll get started on the roof, which is like most of the remake here. All right, now it's time for the actual difficult part, which is this weird roof. I'm not really sure how to do this. I think we'll figure it out. But we have spruce trapdoors now, which were definitely not a block at this time, so that might kind of help just make the shape gradually kind of go down. Is kind of the idea here, I think. I'm gonna take a slightly different approach than this one. Like this one starts kind of sunk in. I don't think I like that. I think I'm gonna get the shape in with full blocks, and then we'll kind of see how I can smooth it with stairs and slabs and stuff. Okay, so that's like the V1 of the shape here, you know what I mean? Let's start by smoothing out this bottom part. I think that's kind of the most important part. I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it though. I think it's coming along. The bottom is gonna be really weird, but we'll see. That's not terrible. That might just be good. Let me try to texture it for a second. I think I like that. I don't know if I like the texturing though. I don't think I hate that. You know what? I think I like it. I think I'm in my bag. I think I gotta stop hating on myself. I am going to just copy this to the other side though. I'm not gonna lie here. Oh my god, I can't believe I just built the whole other side that quickly. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god. All right, I think I'm gonna call it on the roof though. I like that a lot, honestly. At least in comparison. Let's clean up the bottom a bit. It's not gonna be crazy work. There's nothing like horribly wrong with the bottom. It's just boring and kind of bland. Alright, let's add a few more details around and then clean up like the kind of garden area in the back, and I think we're about done. I kind of like the I don't know, like the shape to it. It's kind of nice. Feels like whimsical, you know. A couple lanterns around. You could definitely tell spruce trapdoors were not out yet. Because I use oak a lot. I think the best way to fix this is just to like make the path less bad, and it's probably good enough. All right, with this kind of like street light in, I think we're done here. I actually really like the way this house came out. The roof looks sick. The back part, it's not really the focus of it, to be honest. I just did a bit on it because I felt like I had to, but very solid improvement. Let's move on to the fourth house. All right, next up, kind of an interesting one. It's this house that I built on a cliff. Like it was on the side of like an amplified cliff. I just kind of pasted it onto this empty plot here. A lot of weird stuff with this house. This is the thing that I immediately noticed though. What is this overhang? Why is it overhanging that far? Why is there 3 different kinds of wood and they all kind of stand out? Why are the windows like this? The interior is interesting because when I pasted it in, the house burnt down, so I had to turn fire tick off. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think at least it has like a unique idea to it. You know what I mean? Even if the build itself isn't great, because just kind of get into it. This is kind of the palette I used for everything at the time, and it's just kind of so miserable. It's just really boring and bland. So we're gonna try to fix it. I don't know why there's wood poking out. I think this just looks so much better. That just looks way better in my opinion. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that. It just looks better. It just like there's too much contrast. All right, I do like that already. Obviously it still looks terrible, but it's a good start. These window placements are also just terrible. But again, I built this like a while ago. Right? I was, you know, you're gonna give me some slack here. And then yeah, this whole roof is catastrophic. I don't know what's happening here. We'll get there in a minute. Yeah, everything about this sucks. This should not be here, okay? And this should go up a block. We're getting there. Not really. It's kind of like there's a million small things wrong with this. All right, first, these look bad on the bottom. We don't need these. Yeah, let's get rid of this over here as well. Just doesn't belong. All right, I think instead of a door and 2 small windows, I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I would look at like a big door. And yeah, just with a couple like quick changes, it looks way better already. I don't commentate too much on it, but basically what I did is I just textured the walls, added a bit of shape to the frame, made like, you know, the window bigger. I should actually put stairs here probably. Flower pot for some color, lantern, and just immediately looks miles better, at least in my opinion. Obviously there's still some problems. There's too much dark oak going around here, all that stuff. But just this front part, immediate improvement. I think I'm also gonna do that, just break the shape a little bit more. And yeah, I'm liking it. So basically just carry that like kind of design philosophy, I guess. Like just the same stuff I've been doing. And we just do it kind of everywhere. I just made this side 1 block shorter, and I think it looks way better, unless it's just me. I think I'm gonna copy that to that side as well. All right, I feel like we're getting there, making like good progress. Get a couple lanterns, a bunch of flowers and stuff, and then we'll get this like balcony sorted out because it still looks really weird. All right, but I think I like how the main house itself looks. But yeah, we gotta do the bottom and the balcony now. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, consider subscribing, you know. We have 40k subs. I appreciate it. You guys are the goats. I got a Discord and a Patreon. I really appreciate if you join the Discord. A lot of cool people in there. I think that's the bottom done. I don't think there's anything too wrong with the shape. It's just like detailing stuff. Some trapdoors in there around the edge probably. All right, I think that's what I'm gonna call this one. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not like the most insane fix ever, but it's just a bunch of simple things that kind of stack together and make a huge difference. And I do actually really like this right build. I'm pretty happy with it. A couple things maybe I'd change like fundamentally with it, but you know, trying to keep the original spirit, that's probably what I go for. So yeah, let's go into the 5th and final house for this video. All right, so here it is, the final house. This is an absolute classic for me. You know, I built this a lot of times. Like every server I'd play, I would kind of build this house. Kind of a classic. It's kind of a mess, honestly. but we could try to fix it. That's the goal, at least. Okay, well, I think the best place to start is to just remove stuff. Clear this garden out, get rid of all this grass, and then get rid of the roof. That's the big thing. This house was built some point in 2016, 2017. I don't have an actual date. But yeah, let's start by just gutting the roof. I think that's probably the easiest thing. I think just all spruce stairs can go, to be honest. That's most of the roof just gutted here. But all right, that kind of left us with just like a blank canvas here. Let's remove torches too. Why are there so many torches? Let's get rid of glass too. Let's get rid of everything. All right, so now we truly just have like a blank canvas to work with here, which I think will help. Let's start with this front part though, I think. Gonna go for the same block palette, of course, because it's kind of part of the bit. Again, just like the last one, this roof shape is horrendous. Okay, it goes up, nothing, and then just immediately 3, and then 3 again, and then like 2. Something like that, just a gradual curve up. It is a bit shorter though, so we could, instead of that, we can make it go up 1 immediately, twice, and then 2, and then 2 again. Okay, that's not the hard part. Let's just kind of figure out where the roof goes. We're gonna do overhang here, of course, because I didn't do any overhang when I built this originally. All right, there's a shape in with the overhang. I just realized there was cobblestone blocks up there for no reason. I've never seen that. I guess we'll do stairs to kind of match the spirit of that, you know? All right, I guess we'll, what do we start with? I guess this back roof, it's a simpler part, at least like to fill in with blocks. So just kind of fill it all in like this. It'll kind of be boring. It's not the most interesting palette, we'll say, obviously. All right, and that's the roof just kind of filled in. Very simple roof. I'm going to go back and actually do stuff with it, I think. It looks really bad. Like, this one had depth to it. This one doesn't, which looks kind of bad right now. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. I think it'll come together. Wow, what is going on here? Yeah, this shape is terrible. I had an interesting thought. We'll see. Like, that's the same one, you know? Already built. Oh my god. I can't believe I already got that roof in. Wow. I can't believe it. It's obviously not perfect. All right. That will save me some time, I'm not gonna lie. Super quick kind of random plug. I have a Minecraft server. I don't know if anyone watching knows or not, but yeah, I have a Minecraft server. We got survival on there, and new season just kind of dropped, so hop on there. southhollow.us, IP in the description and stuff, you know? All right, I think I actually like how that connects. Obviously it looks terrible next to this pile of trash, but I like it. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go around and add like some shape to the frame and see how much that does for the build there. All right, that did a decent amount. I just did the bottom so far. Let's do it here as well. All right, let's go around and replace all the trapdoors because when I built this, there was only oak trapdoors. So let's replace that. That'll make a big difference, I think. Let's fill in a lot of these windows and just kind of restart, I think is smart here. Yeah, let's add some shape here. There's not a lot to commentate for this one. It's kind of just a lot of like a bunch of small things. Like, okay, add shape to the frame and now I gotta do it in 30 different spots. You know what I mean? Because it's like the biggest house. So it's not like the most interesting thing to commentate over. But we're making progress. There's a very empty wall here, so I'm just kind of going through, again, adding shape to it. Kind of just a lot of the same thing. But I'm liking it. It's coming along slowly, but it's definitely coming along. We'll put a big-ish door here. Something like that. It is coming along. Okay, just very slowly. I think we put a dormer here somewhere. Please be odd-centered. Okay, it's not odd-centered, so we have to do like a standard shaped one. Like, it can't meet up like this with a point, which is fine. It's not the end of the world or anything. I think I like that for the shape, honestly. Obviously, it probably doesn't make much structural sense, but it's Minecraft, so who cares? We're getting there. It doesn't look like it, but I think we are almost done, honestly. Just like a few things. Okay, I think we're getting there. Let's fill in all the windows and then put flowers in, and then we'll see where we're at. I think is kind of the idea here. All right, I think that's the windows and the actual like flower pots themselves in. Just texture of the world edit. I think I honestly like world edit texturing only for like log and plank because they're just truly random. I think it usually looks pretty good. Let's set this to spruce. I think it would look better. I like that. That looks pretty good. Bit of texturing in there. We're getting there. There's one thing I wanted to kind of mess around with. I'm just gonna see if it looks good, and if it doesn't, we're just gonna pretend I never even said it. I think I like that a lot better. It looks just more like rustic, less like smooth, basically. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna hate it. Someone's gonna hate it watching, and you're gonna let me know in the comments, bro. I'm aware, but I like it. It's my build, so I'm gonna keep it. And it matches the front part better too. I like it. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, using blocks instead of stairs, basically. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna keep in the edit, so I'm gonna make sure to specify. It also lets me put trapdoors on it, which I like. All right, we're getting there. Lanterns, flowers, light landscaping stuff, and that's probably about it, I think, right? I don't want to go too overboard with it. Yeah, I think that's it for like the actual house itself. I actually really like it. Let's get this garden area, and I'm just gonna real simply like redo the path, plant some wheat, and that's probably gonna be about it. Let's also not use oak fence. It looks like it's from 2012. All right, and with like some leaves in and then the farm area, I think I'm gonna call it on this house. This is the before, of course, and this is the after. I'm actually really happy with it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was not sure if I was gonna be able to like fix this house while keeping like the spirit of it, but I'm pretty happy with it. Let's get a quick shader look. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. And just, you know, for the shader look, here's the last house with shaders. Here's a third house with shaders. Looks pretty cool. Here's a second house with shaders. And here's the first house with shaders. Kind of forgot to do it earlier, but who cares? But yeah, with all 5 houses done, that's all I got for this video. I really appreciate if you made it to the end of this video. You're the GOAT, you know, join the Discord, join the Patreon, all that. And I'll see you guys next one. Thanks for watching. And of course, as always, thank you to Aelic, Amarali, Dragon, ThaMango, Luke007, Agony, Tommi, E, and cadusssy. I really appreciate your support. And yeah, I'll see you guys next one. Thanks for watching.